last but not least, superfood fudge. Yummy.
Yummy.
Joanne makes the best desserts. I've already sampled a few of them. And actually, you're going to be coming out with an online book, dessert book, are you not?
Yes, I am actually. The 1st of December on my site, vibealive.ca, I will be launching my first raw dessert vegan book.
124 recipes?
Yeah, over 100 recipes of some of the most delicious cakes, brownies, cookies, ice creams, pastries, sorbets, candies, truffles, you name it, it's in there.
We were actually saying how this is such a good gift that you can give during the holiday times,
yes.
Especially we have a tendency of wanting to include sweets and desserts and stuff like that in our dinners, but why not do something that's going to actually be helpful and not necessarily pack on all the
20 pounds during the Christmas holidays. So you can actually eat your desserts without feeling guilty and know that you're actually nourishing your body with some of the foods that you're actually eating. So give the gift of health to someone you love this holiday. I'll actually, Jules, I'll be having 2 types of Christmas packages on my website as well, which will be up.
On the store, right? The store section of your website?
Probably by the first week of November on vibealive.ca, you'll be able to see the 2 different types of raw vegan Christmas packages that I will be offering.
That was actually one of the best gifts that I received a few years back. Was a girlfriend of mine went to an organic store and spoke to one of the people who worked there, and they created a big basket for me of all ingredients, quinoa and different spices and so on and so forth. That was probably one of my favorite Christmas gifts. So, food for thought.
There you go.
No pun intended.
So, for the superfood, really simple, really quick, it's 5 ingredients. The first one, which is the most important to actually give some substance to the actual fudge, is the coconut oil. And once, we have to actually liquefy it first so it processes in the blender a lot easier along with the other ingredients.
We saw that when we made the smoothie. Remember it was solid?
Yeah.
Yeah, so now it's in hot water.
Actually, what I did was, you don't want to over-process your coconut oil because you want to keep all the nutrients in your coconut oil before turning it into a saturated oil, which will be unhealthy for the body. So I added hot water to any type of container, and then I actually add the coconut oil on top. It takes a little bit of time, a couple of minutes, and then you would just turn it until you see it turn into a liquid. Then you would just take it out, Jules, pop open that blender, take off the cover, and add that in there. What I also did, Jules, is I soaked some goji berries. As we said before, goji berries are one of the superfoods of the world, high in antioxidants, full of vitality and energy. This is one of the secret ingredients used in China.
Why did you soak them versus previously when we made the smoothie and they were just
I actually soak them to turn them a little bit more plump so they're more easier to break down in the blender actually.
Okay.
Just for
texture,
yeah, and to make it a lot easier for anyone that has a regular blender as well.
So not only can you soak your nuts, but you can also soak your goji berries.
You can soak them for about 20 minutes. They actually plump up really fast, really quick.
Sorry.
So that's done. Let's get that out of the way. And this is actually raw cacao powder from the real raw cacao beans. And full of antioxidants, high in fiber, and that's what gives you that love feeling. The phenylethylamine that's actually in the chocolate that gives the good mood feeling to the brain and supply the body with lots of nutrients. This is lucuma. Lucuma is a powder. It's actually a powder form, but it actually comes from a root, and it's to give texture and a little bit of natural sweetness. That's my children's favorite movie, actually. But
I'm sorry, I turn any event into a song, and I tend to modify it to suit my needs.
We're actually going to sweeten it up a little bit, Jules, and we're going to add in some agave. I'd say about 4 tablespoons. If you don't want to use agave nectar, you can use raw honey. You can use yak corn syrup, which is actually a natural sweetener from sweet potato.
Agave is from the cactus, right?
Yes, it is.
You might see that on your tequila bottles too.
And a little trick, if you want to add extra flavor to your chocolate and pull out all the flavors and everything that you're doing, you add in a pinch of salt. It actually makes a big difference when you're making a chocolate dessert. Absolutely, yeah, that's perfect. Put it on the top, process it, and you've got fudge.
I can't believe it. contents. Well, there's not.
Yeah, there's not that much in
content
the blender, so I'm actually using the prong here.
Look at that consistency. It's like sticking right to that.
You can actually eat it like this and put it on, dip fresh bananas or strawberries with it. It tastes amazing. But since we're making fudge today, we'll take it from the blender, put it in here, put it in the freezer for about 20 minutes, cut it into some pieces, and you've got superfood fudge. So pour it in there.
Woo!
Yeah, we'll make it a little bit easier. You can actually use a spatula to get it all out.
Oh, there you go.
Superfoods are pretty expensive when you're using goji berries and raw cacao, so you want to try to get it all out as much as possible.
Do not waste.
No wasting. And
Not
the best
goodness
part
like
is
this.
licking the spoons after.
That's why you've got like 10 of them.
Okay.
Okay, maybe 2.
Let's maybe let our brush and put that down a little bit.
So just spread it around.
If you find that it's a little bit thick, the consistency, you can add a little bit of water to it, but it would have to be more of a warmer water. Otherwise, you're going to crystallize the coconut oil again before it's actually spreadable. So you want to... Perfect.
Every time I take it off, I
So
spread it.
what we're going to do is we're going to take it, put it into the freezer, come back in about 15 minutes and show you the end result of our superfood fudge.
In the meantime, we get to lick our spoons. See you in 15.